Hey everyone, it's Sherrie Dunlevy, and I am so delighted to be with you here on this noon. And I am about to share with you a wonderful interview with a great friend of mine who I believe God brought into my life. And I'll go into that in just a few moments. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm Sherrie Dunlevy, your Inspirationista. And what I do on this broadcast is try to introduce you to ordinary people who choose to live in extraordinary ways. And you are going to meet one extraordinary person in just a few minutes. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about my journey with meeting Miss Millie. I am a true believer in there are no coincidences in life. And about 6 months ago, a young woman from Africa just messages me out of the blue, and she tells me that she's been watching my inspirations, my little inspirational talks that I give from time to time on my Facebook page. And she tells me that she is also a speaker and that she wants to inspire young women and children. And she tells me that she's from Africa and that she's an advocate for women and children, and that she works to keep many young girls in school because when they are in school, they are educated, and when they are educated, then the whole community and the whole country can benefit. And so she messages me and asks me if I can kind of be her mentor, and I said yes. Hold on, she's texting me now. So, anyway, we start to talk, and at the same time, I'm getting messages from another friend in my community who's asking me if I can help her niece, who is working to keep, get this, women and young girls in school in Africa so that they can be educated. You see, what the missing link is that a lot of young women do not finish their education because of their menstrual cycle. There are just not supplies over there. And so Millie was working to do this, and this young girl was working to do this. And I'm seeing this connection, and I am absolutely blown away by it. And so I feel like God is calling on my heart to do something to help them. And I thought, I don't have my radio show anymore. I can't interview her. What am I supposed to do? And then I realized that I don't really need a radio show, that I can use this platform of social media to bring awareness to people. So that's what I did. She can't see me, so I have to tell her to refresh. And sure, she'll be joining me. But anyway, so I decided that I'm going to start doing Facebook videos. And that's what I decided to do. And so I wanted to create a community where I can show you these wonderful stories of these wonderful people, not just in your community, but all over the globe that are doing things on their own to make the world a better place. And Millie is one of those people. But like I told you, I don't believe in coincidences. And if you know me, you know I'm a big proponent of vision boards. I don't call them dream boards, but I call them vision boards because I think sometimes we believe that dreams don't come true. But if you set your vision, then it will come true. And so I learned about vision boards from watching Oprah, and learned even more about vision boards when I became involved in my other business. And so I have been doing vision boards since 2012. And I want to show you what happened after I got off the phone and decided that I was going to do my first vision board. And I got off the phone or got off just messaging Miss Millie. And I looked, and I had a vision board from 2012. There she is. And it has all these different things that I wanted to achieve. And look at this. It was philanthropy. And look at that. That's the continent of Africa. That's the continent of Africa. I had no idea that here we are in 2018, 2019, that God would lead me to do philanthropic work in Africa, sitting in my office in Wheeling, West Virginia. And now I'm connected to Millie and her wonderful school, and I'll tell you about that in just a few minutes. I don't know what happened; she dropped off, but I'll add her again. And I wanted to tell you a little bit about it because, like I said, I do not believe in coincidences at all. I believe that God did bring us together for a reason, and I want to introduce you to her because she is an amazing woman. And and you have to bear with us because literally, we are talking across the globe. I am in Wheeling, West Virginia, in my office, and Millie, I'm trying to add her. You just saw her. Is in Uganda. There she is. How are
Mm.
you, my beautiful friend?
I'm okay. Hi, Sherrie. How are you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. So it's 7 o'clock in Uganda, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And what town, what city are you in?
I'm in Kampala,
Kampala. And
the
you know
capital
what? I've
city
had
of
two
Uganda.
I've had two Facebook friends tell me that their children are currently in Kampala. So wouldn't it be
Wow.
wonderful if we could connect you guys?
Yes, absolutely. I would love to meet them. I would love, 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 love to meet them all. Yes.
Okay, so tell everybody a little bit about Millie. How old are you,
Oh,
Millie?
okay. I'm 26. Uh,
Okay.
my names are Nasolomili Chikomeko. I'm married and I have one biological son and hundreds of other babies, both toddlers, youths, and babies older than me. So I'm a big mom. So I'm a lawyer professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I work with Wandera, the vegan company advocates, and I'm a director in a non-profit organization called Maisha Holistic Africa Foundation, which is located in
Mm-hmm.
Kagadi, uh, Midwestern Uganda. Yes, basically that is all about me.
So that is a long way from Kampala, correct?
Yes, it is a very long way. It's about 6 hours drive from Kampala.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
So what age did you and your husband start this orphanage and this school?
I was 22 when I joined. My husband, my friend then, but now we're husband and wife. Yes.
Funny how that works, right?
Yes, very funny, but it's amazing and I love it.
So tell us why you decided to start this school and this orphanage. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, Maisha Holistic Africa Foundation is an organization that works with women, children, and youths.
Okay.
We venture into many things concerned with people who are vulnerable and underprivileged in the society. So as an organization, we started out as a venture of helping little orphans. A few of them we started with about 15 in year 2014. We realized that the number was bigger. Every now and then we received more children who were abandoned, who had nowhere to go, and we decided that the best way we could help and be influential in these children's life was to start up a school for them.
Mm-hmm.
We believe that education is a very big key in someone's life, and we thought that if we give them quality education at no cost, it will make their lives better, not only for a moment, but their for lives. That is how we started the school.
That's a wonderful thing at 22 years old to take on something that large. How many orphans
Yes.
and students did you start with?
We started with 15
And what are you
in
now?
2014. We have 425.
And I'm sure that there could be many more that could go to the school if you could afford to take care of them, right?
Yes, yes. Well, we receive
So
very
what
many
all do you
children each and every day. Yes.
so what is it what all do you provide these children? What does the school provide them?
Okay. The school admits children from 3 years to 12. For now, the school we have. So what we do is provide them with free education. We bring professional teachers from everywhere in the country to give them education. These teachers have been trained specifically to give quality education. So we teach these children through the government curriculum, and then we also teach them co-curricular activities. The kids who are older, we teach them how to weave. If you know how to weave, to make balls out of fiber and dolls
Mm-hmm.
or something you'd call like Barbie. So we teach them on doing vocational things, and we also teach them farming. That is the bit about
Mm-hmm.
teaching. And then we feed them, we give them 4 meals a day. That is breakfast, lunch, an evening snack, and then the kids that stay at school also get supper. We have 10 children that we are able to house currently that stay at school, but then the rest we have a network of wonderful people who we support. So after school, since we cannot accommodate them, so they go to those wonderful people in the community, and then they come back to school the next day. Another thing we do is to give them clothing, because all they have is us. What they have is Maisha. So we can't educate them and leave them to go naked, or feed them and give them education and leave them to go naked. So what we do is to get them clothes, shoes, and everything, all the basic needs. We basically take on the role of their parents if they were not if they were not here with them. We just be their parents.
You're their parents. That's amazing. And so you have 400 some students. How many teachers are there?
Currently, we have 18 staff members, 15 teach part of the teaching staff. They are all teachers. They teach the children from a baby class, that's about a class of 3 years, up to a primary 6, which is about 13 years, 12, 13 years. Yes, so we have extra 3 non-teaching staff who are the teachers, the guard, and the nurse that takes care of the children.
Unbelievable. So tell me this, how much does a teacher make each month?
Well, at our school, the least paid teacher gets $50 US. That is about 160,000 Uganda shillings a month.
Wow. $50 a month is what a teacher makes in Uganda. I mean, think about that when you live in the United States.
Well, Sherrie, it's not everywhere in Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
It is just it's about us. First of all, we are a ministry school.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I are both Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So we really deal with people who understand ministry and serving the Lord and his people. So these people would go to better schools that pay higher because of their experience and qualities, but because they have a heart of serving and
Mm-hmm.
helping these children, so they stick with us even when the pay is not that good.
We have teachers like that in this country too. My son went to a Catholic Christian
Wow.
school, and it's a vocation. We call it a vocation, and that's to
Wow.
be very
That's beautiful.
commendable. So, another part of the story that I didn't tell you is that Millie asked me if
Okay.
I would mentor her, and so she,
Yes, I
I
did.
said, and I was saying, how can I help you with your babies? And she was telling me I wanted to connect with a friend in the United States, and she just listen. This I
Yes.
can't make this up. Um, she connected me with a woman who just returned from visiting Millie from her church. And guess where this woman is from? This woman's from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And
Yes. Amen.
and so beautiful Amy, a woman from Africa, introduced me to my new friend from Pittsburgh, Amy, who is headed back there in 2 weeks. And
Yes.
she is going to help Millie, and her church has taken on helping Millie and her school. And it is very, very expensive, from what I have learned, to send you supplies. So the way that you send
Yes,
things
it
over
is.
to you is send them through someone who is traveling to your area.
Absolutely,
So I
absolutely.
have some of the things that they need are cell phones, old cell phones for the
Yes.
teachers, right?
Yes. Yes.
So
They
they
don't
can have
have to
cell
be new.
phones.
Perfect.
Okay, so if you have
Yes,
any
they
old
can have.
cell phones,
Yes.
I would imagine cell phone chargers would help as well.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Absolutely.
books, personal development, personal growth books for the teachers.
Yes.
Um,
Yes, absolutely.
and and then I'm going to talk with
And
Amy at some point before she goes, so that you can
yes,
go to her website where you can actually either sponsor a teacher or sponsor a
absolutely.
child.
Or a child. Yes.
Yes. So that's wonderful, because you're not funded by the government, are you?
No, no, we are not. We don't receive any funding. Actually, the school is a private venture that is owned and managed by the non-profit Maisha Holistic Africa Foundation. So we do not receive any funding from the government.
Okay. So, do you happen to know, and I'll put it in the comments below, but do you happen to know the website, Amy's website for Fusion Group? Um, I
Well,
can
I
get it. Do you
will
know it
share that.
offhand? Hmm?
Not really. I would
Okay.
not be perfect with it, but I will share it with you as soon as we are done here.
Okay. That's wonderful. Now, I told you, everyone, and what else would you like our listeners and the people viewing this to know about Uganda, and about the importance of educating children, because this is one of the poorest regions in Africa, correct?
Well, yes. So, what I want everyone to know is that Uganda is a beautiful country. Aside from all the tourist attractions, it has very beautiful people and heartwarming and welcoming people. We are always welcome. We are always ready to receive visitors anytime. And I
Mm-hmm.
want to make a call to each and everyone that has an opportunity to educate a child out there. It doesn't have to be your own child, it just has to be anyone's child or anyone. Personally, I grew up in a family of 8 with a single mom who was not well off, so we had to struggle through education, and I studied at the mercy of random people. So it is really an opportunity and honor for me to help someone. So if in any way and at the end you get an opportunity to help someone, I was helped, and here I am advocating for hundreds of children out there. So you don't know who you're helping and what they are capable of doing. So if you get the opportunity to help someone out there go through school, please do it. And education is a very important thing, because it is not something that is going to help someone through a day or two or a month, but the education they receive is going to take them through a lifetime. Where I come from, there are better chances, 70% chances of an educated person to have a medium class income than it is for someone who has not been through school. That is why we feel like education is very important for these young children. We know we cannot be with them throughout life, but the education we give them is going to be with them throughout their lifetime. It's going to help them as people, and it's going to mentor them. It's going to better them even in the future. It's going to be a foundation for them to go through life. So I
It's
would put a call out to everyone.
it
If you
certainly
have the
made
opportunity,
yeah, it
yes,
certainly made a difference in your life, correct?
it did. Yes, Sherry, it did. And this is basically why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I was helped So I know I cannot do the favor to the person or people that help me through school, but I can do that for someone else, and then they can do it for someone else.
And
It's a
that,
chain. Yes.
yes, it's a beautiful chain. And
Yes.
and your husband is doing the same thing. So it's wonderful that you can work in partnership to do something so wonderful for so many. And
Yes.
and and
Ma-
your heart for young girls, because young girls, you're really doing your best to keep them in school, correct?
Yes, yes, absolutely. My husband is a very wonderful person. He's very understanding and patient. So he comes up with ideas, and I'm always there to support and build on them as a woman. So, being a young girl, it was not an easy life for me to go through, and I appreciate that I get in contact with girls who were in the situation that I was in some time back. So these girls are always frustrated by things that don't frustrate everyone else. For example, if one out of four girls has to drop out of school, reach their menstruation period, and they cannot afford AfriPads, that is a very unfortunate situation that not everyone out there goes through. So it would not be fair if I can do something to help them and then I keep quiet and don't do that. That is why we partner with organization. For example, we have organizations that make reusable sanitary pads. So we partner with them. They supply us with these products. We go around in rural areas. The problem is usually in rural areas because the situation and the like they are poor. I should say poor because that is the right thing to use, even if it's not so polite. But they are in poor situation and cannot afford to buy a pack of disposable sanitary pads. That is why we venture in rural areas. It is really, really bad out there because uh, girls lose their self-esteem because they can't get out of the house. They have to go through a situation of using dirty clothes because because they can't afford sanitary pads or anything else to use, and some of them can't even afford the dirty clothes because they don't even have them. They don't even have an extra to use, so they would not dare go to school because they would not use their uniforms or their extra clothes, so they stay at home. And the chance is that when they get to go back to school throughout after the week, if they have to drop out every month, 7 days, the chances are 70% that they will not cope up. So they will end up failing their exams, so they will be discouraged or taken not to be bright. So in the end of the day, in a long run, they have to drop out, which is not really fair. So we go to rural schools, villages, we give them our free pads or reusable sanitary pads. These are very, very, very strong. They hold, they don't really they take a heavy flow even when someone has a heavier flow, so it
Hmm.
is okay, and they last for a year. So a girl can use that for a year or so, depending on how clean or how they take their hygiene. So it is really a very good thing, and
Hmm.
it has helped us to keep over 400 and on.
Oh, she froze up a little. Um,
Yes,
okay.
we also
Okay. So,
secondary school.
is there a
Yeah.
program? Can we can we send panties over? Would that help at all?
Well, yes, but these panties, I think the best way we can help is making sure that we get them affordable sanitary pads. These are reusable.
Okay.
Many times, a panty cannot hold uh,
Hmm.
enough fluid or blood,
Right.
but these pads really hold blood, and the most expensive thing is the pad, not the panty. We can always find panties. However, this year, in the third quarter of this year, I've been going through training of how to make this. So we are going to look into starting a way of making these sanitary towels and teaching these girls how to actually sew them with their hands. so we don't have to keep supplying to them. So we go into a school, we educate them on how to make these sanitary towels for themselves and show them the cheapest material that they can use to get this. Yes.
Wow. So
Well,
I love talking with you because you inspire me so much.
well,
Yesterday we were
Sherrie,
talking
um,
as we were doing a test of this interview. I was talking
yes.
to Millie and I was telling her how much I admire her at her young age of what all she has taken on. I mean, at age 22, I was not taking life that seriously. I did not start a school. She's 26. She started a school. She's educating young women. She's a mentor for these young women. And she is an ordinary person like you and I who just decided the need was too great to sit back. And one of the things that she was
Hmm.
concerned about was that there was so much need and that she was only one person. But look how
Well,
many
Sherrie,
people she's helping.
we
Yes.
we also have girls that have been victims of child bride. If you have
Oh,
heard of situations where parents who have more than one children cannot afford to take care of them, so they end up selling off some of their girls to older men to marry them off so they can earn some money or earn a living because they can't educate them and they are being a pressure. We have a program where we bring in those girls, we counsel them, we help them get through the trauma of what they have gone through, and we take them back to school. I know this is not going to help in a long. This may not do as much as help in the long run as people may think, but we really try to make sure that we take them away from home because that is where the problem starts from. We talk their parents into letting them stay with us. We don't have so many big facilities, but we make sure we find good people to be with them, to encourage them through school and ministry and to believe in God. So it is really a very good opportunity that we give them not to get into early marriages as young as that. In the
as young
area
as
in
what? As
Kagadi,
young as what?
12, 13, as young as that. So they are sold off by their parents because they can't afford to take care of them or feed them or take them through school. So we bring them in, help them to go and acquire education, and then we help them to be better and get married at the right age. We have so many programs in plan for them, like where we plan to start up a vocational institute where we teach many of these children. We also have youths who have been through all sorts of abuses and they are going through rehabilitation to get over the trauma. So we have a program in line that we are still working on to start a vocational institute where we have all sorts of trainings for these children to learn. So by the time we let them go, they are really better and they can do something to sustain themselves and go back into their families proud that we are better than what you thought we would be. So we are here and we have come to help. We really encourage them to always find time to go back despite the situation they went through when they were home. We encourage them to go back because it spreads a very good message that there are people out there willing to do something for you without benefiting anything. We don't charge anyone who wishes to join us. We let them come, we better them. After bettering them, we let them go back to the community and spread the good news.
Well, you are a beautiful example of paying it forward, and I see that Amy put the website for Fusion Group on the in the comments. So thank you, Amy, very much for doing that.
Yeah.
I am gathering things. So if you live in the Ohio Valley area of West Virginia and you want to send things up to Millie, I am going to be meeting Amy this weekend. So make sure that you get them to me. I have a couple of cell phones that I'm going to donate to you. I just
Oh
need to
wow.
find a
Thank you so much,
charger
Amy.
for one because it's an older cell phone. So I just need a charger for that one. So if
Absolutely.
anyone has an old iPhone charger, you know, the big one like that, that would be wonderful. And as I told you at the beginning, you know, in 2012, I had a vision board where philanthropy was something that I really wanted to do. I wanted to be able to
Wow.
help someone in need. And for some reason, I put this picture up of what I thought was just a third world country. Had no idea that
Mhm.
later God would lead me to Africa without me even being there. So now my new vision board, Millie, I just wanted to show you this because I think you will
Hmm.
recognize some of these beautiful faces. These are your
Oh,
babies.
wow.
And
Hmm.
I am doing my best with what I have to help you, my friend,
Wow, that is
using the
amazing.
gifts and talents that God has given me to maybe hopefully be able to help you and your babies. So this makes me
Wow, thank you
cry,
so much.
just because I
Oh,
think that we live in a big, wonderful, beautiful world full of wonderful, beautiful people that are willing to go the extra mile to make it a better place. You've just met one in my friend Millie. So thank you.
well,
God
I'm
bless
so
you, my
glad,
friend.
Sherrie.
Yeah,
Well,
it was a
I'm
joy to
very
talk with
grateful
you.
that you. It was a joy talking to you, and I'm very, very grateful that you took time to interview me. Thank you so much. So I call upon everyone to go out and like our page. It's called Maisha Holistic Africa Foundation. And our website is www.maishaorganization.org.africa. Please go and like our page, find good information to read. You are always welcome to come and visit the children, to talk, uh, to give wonderful message to the youth, each and everyone. We appreciate each and everyone. We have friends all over the USA that are helping us and have really been able to help us to get us where we are, and we are really grateful. Sherry, we have managed to accomplish so many things by the hand of God and the people that He uses to touch us, and we are very grateful. The babies are very grateful. We welcome each and everyone to do something. It's about ministry. You can come and minister in whichever way you feel your heart is touched. We really welcome each and everyone.
Well, thank you very much. And my dream one day, or my vision, is to give you a big hug in person, my friend.
Oh, yes, you are welcome. I can't wait to do that too, Sherry.
All right. All right. Well, thank you very much. And you have a good night.
Well, have a very good night too, and I love you all.
Oh, we love you too, Millie. Thank you. And that's going to do it for this edition of Ordinary People Choosing to Live in Extraordinary Ways. I want to thank you all for joining us. Thank you, my dear friend Millie. And we will put all those comments or the links in the comments below. So anything that you can do to help us help her babies, that would be wonderful. Have a great day, everyone.